It's a very exciting morning here, but also in the theater world because the 2026 Tony Award nominations were announced just a few hours ago.
Indeed, the revival of August Wilson's play Joe Turner's come and gone, and our next guest is up for featured actor in a play. Please welcome 2026 nominee Ruben Santiago-Hudson.
Congratulations!
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a wonderful morning here in Casa Santiago.
In Casa Santiago, okay.
Right.
Where were you? Who'd you call first?
Well, I was, my wife and I were doing some chores, and she was more attuned to it than I was, you know, because I don't want him to break my heart. So when the category came on, you know, she called me over, and my phone was already ringing. I guess people got the information before I did. I just didn't answer. I wanted to see it myself, and then I was overjoyed.
I bet. Well, you won a Tony 30 years ago for Seven Guitars, another August Wilson play. What does it mean to be recognized again, and this time for Joe Turner?
Well, it means a tremendous amount to me because I'm with August Wilson, who I've spent, you know, the better part of the last 3 decades doing his work, directing, either writing, adapting, or acting. And to be with this particular cast, this young, dynamic cast, and the great Debbie Allen, it just, at this stage of my career, you know, I couldn't ask for more.
Wow. So what is at the heart of the story of Joe Turner's Come and Gone?
The heart is the migration and how it affected African-American people in this country as they went north, as they came north to seek a better life, a better place, to escape, you know, the Klan and in the heavy racism in the South, and be introduced to new racism, I guess, in a certain way, but yet a new opportunity to be alive again and to make your way in the world coming north, you know, with all the steel and all the industries, you know. So the people that come into this rooming house, their lives and what they're searching for, that's what this play is about. You know, finding who you are, why you're here, and what you're going to do with it.
Yeah, there's a phrase that is used throughout the play, your song. What does that mean in this context, and how does the show demonstrate the difference between losing your song and reclaiming it?
Well, your song is basically knowing who you are, finding out your identity. Why did God put you here? You know, not to get too spiritual, but to be spiritual to a certain extent. Why are you here? And when you discover that, then you truly have arrived. You know, when you find your song and its identity, it's like the thing that had been ripped away from African-American people in this country, and, you know, some of the distorted ideas of who we are. But you know, to erase that and recognize who you actually are and where you actually from, as far as the integrity of who you are and the dignity of who you are. That's your song.
I love that. Can you talk to us a little bit about working with this ensemble of actors, which includes, my goodness, Taraji P. Henson, Cedric the Entertainer, Joshua Boone. Also, you mentioned already Debbie Allen, who directed this production. Those are some heavy hitters, including yourself, sir.
Yes, but we are met right on that field, on that beautiful stage, by these wonderful young actors, many Broadway debuts, even particularly the little kids, the small kids, the 12-year-olds. They are total professionals. You know, and to be there with Joshua Boone, who's this emerging talent, who's a tornado of an actor. He comes on with so much. And without those people, I wouldn't be here for this nomination. They meet me there and refuse to let me do anything but my absolute best. And so I applaud them as well.
Do you feel like something of a standard bearer for August Wilson's work? You've got this new generation of actors. Some of them maybe don't know August Wilson's work as well, but obviously he is the voice of the Black experience in America, in theater. Do you feel like something of a mentor in that part of the process?
Well, I take a tremendous amount of pride in it. Hold on, stay with me because I have to stop this. But because of my experience with August, how long I had been with him and all that, you know, excuse me, get rid of that phone because the phone is just going off. But, you know, I take a lot of pride in being able to set a tempo, a standard of August Wilson's work, because I've had so much experience with it. And so I don't go and tell people what to do, but what I do is try to lead by example. And they seem to be very curious about it and very attuned to my style that I've learned from my upbringing, from the people who raised me, who came up from the South. So it's easy for me to be there. And sometimes it's a little harder for younger people who are generations removed from those that migrated. I'm first generation from those that migrated. My parents and all of them migrated. So, you know, I heard their stories and their style. So selfishly, I do consider myself one of the standard bearers of August's work, and each day I go out, I try to do my best to hold up that standard.
So incredible. JD made a really good point earlier about when the Tony nominations ought to come out.
Right, it ought to happen on a Monday when you're dark that night, so you've got the night off. But you've got a show tonight, don't you?
Yes, I have a show tonight, and I cannot wait to say these words. No different than any other day.
Okay.
Every day, I'm delighted to put on my clothes and head to the theater, to say these words, to sing this song, August Wilson's song, because this play is who he is, just like each of his plays.
Fantastic. Well, Ruben, congratulations once again. Thank you for sharing this moment with us. It's been a real treat.
I appreciate being here so much. Continue the great work.
Thank you so much. You can see Ruben on Broadway in Joe Turner's Come and Gone through July 26th. Great play, great writer. Debbie Allen directed it. Definitely don't miss that one. So good.